Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, January 29th, 2019. My name's Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. It's a new bag. It's an Italian roast, some manner of dark coffee. It's good. It's hot. My lips are still all chapped and split from the dry air in the hotel in the casino from the weekend, being in New Jersey. Been putting on chapstick like 30 times a day, drinking water. It's getting better, but I even have splits in the corners of my lips. That's never happened before. It's very unpleasant. Makes me think I'm turning into the Joker from Batman. I don't like it. Here, let's put those right there. Right there. Hold on. I don't remember. Did I show you guys these? So, this is a small, but these are the new whistlekick semi-contact gloves. Using right hand. Says never settle. I designed these. Tried to hire a designer several times. They kept making terrible designs. So I said, fine. So I did it myself in about 90 minutes. These are available at whistlekick.com at the introductory price of $50. $50. Includes free shipping. And the first batch is going to Amazon today. They will not be $50. They will be $60. So, okay. What else? It's cold. So, I'm not going to give you a tour of my house because there's piles of stuff. And that just doesn't feel like something I'm going to do. But something to know, my bedroom is at the edge of the house. Most bedrooms are, right? Not in the middle of the house. The thermostat is in the middle of the house. I set the heat to 55 degrees overnight, which is usually fine. But last night it was very cold. Not as cold as it's been, but still, 0. And I didn't feel like making a fire after I got back from Taekwondo last night. So it was just the furnace. So when I went to bed, it was probably 60-something. And it was cold. I woke up cold. And the cat was like wedged in underneath, trying to stay warm under me. Which meant that I couldn't get into a really warm position, and it was just cold all night. Now, what should I do in this case? I should have another blanket on the bed. But I didn't. And it was too cold to get up to get another blanket. It's a horrible catch-22. So, I'm still cold. I'm waking up and thawing out. It's gotta be hard to be someone who sleeps on the street. I mean, just to be cold like that. Ugh. Certainly don't envy that. I don't know. What are we talking about today? Let's talk about Taekwondo last night. So, I don't go to Taekwondo as much as I want. I don't train as much as I want. Because let's face it, I want to train like every day. But last night's class was a lot of fun. It was a small class. I showed up for the kids' class, as I always do. Helped teach. I taught some kicks, and the kids were in a great mood. They were in a good mood. They were trying. They were happy. They were listening for the most part. And it made my job so much easier. I just kept them kicking. We just kicked and kicked and kicked and kicked and kicked. And some of them got better. And we worked on some more difficult techniques, and some of them even improved. And when you're teaching, what's better than that? So that was fun. And then the adult class, was kind of similar. Small class, but good energy. And I wasn't teaching. My instructor was teaching. And we went through all of the Taekwondo hand techniques. And it's a lot. There are a lot of hand techniques in Taekwondo. A lot of formally organized movements that in other martial arts I've trained in, it just kind of doesn't have another name. You know, it's a combination of this and this. Whereas in Taekwondo, it might have another name. And so we went through a bunch of that, had a lot of fun, and then my instructor asked me to do some kicking drills for the last 15 minutes, and we did. And nothing too fancy, other than I came up with 2 new drills that I'll share with you. So the first thing we did wasn't new, certainly. And we were using the kicking paddles, some people call pork chops. And it's fun because we used whistlekick ones. Those are a discontinued item, at least for now. They didn't sell well enough at the price I needed them to sell at to make money. So, move on to another product. Had people throwing a hook kick over it, and then a roundhouse turning kick, whatever you want to call it, at the paddle. And then the next 2 drills, I'm not saying I invented them, but they were new to me. The first one, people held their foot out in a round kick position, maintaining contact with the paddle while it was low, like we started at knee level. And it was basically, if you know what sticky hands is, it was basically like sticky hands, but with a foot and a paddle. And so the person holding the paddle would slowly move it up and down, and the person and side to side, and the person with their foot out had to maintain their balance and maintain contact with the paddle. And that was a lot of fun. It was really interesting watching people either do very, very well or very, very poorly with that. And then the third drill we did involved holding the paddle back here and then swinging it down, kind of like an axe, like a tomahawk. And we started doing it slow, but this drill certainly could be sped up over time. And the person bringing it down would have an idea of where they were going to stop it. So let's say I was going to stop it at my waist. The person kicking has to kick it when it stops, not when it's moving. So it forces reaction time, and it forces you to watch some of the subtle clues of the person holding the paddle as to when they're going to slow down. And of course, you can't miss, because if you shouldn't miss. And what was happening is that some of the people, especially the kids, the older kids in the adult class, were trying to get it before it stopped, and they quite often missed. Right. Now, why did I just tell you about all these drills? Well, you might find 1 or 3 of them worthwhile. But more so, I like coming up with new drills. I like working backwards from whatever the goal is. What am I trying to teach? What is something people are lacking? And this particular group last night definitely was lacking in some balance. So I came up with some drills that required some balance. And of course, reaction time is always a great thing to work on. So I think of, hey, who do I have? What do I have for tools? What do I have for space? What do I have for time? And I work backwards. In fact, there's a martial arts radio episode where I talk about this. And most of the drills I come up with, they're okay. They work. Some of them are terrible, and we don't even finish them. And that's okay. But once in a while, I come up with something that I think works really well. And that balance, we'll call it sticky foot drill, I thought worked really well. Oh, there's an advanced version of that. You could actually do sticky feet to people maintaining contact with their feet. That'd be fun. I think all too often we blindly accept that what we are taught is all we should be doing. We don't push the boundaries on what we could be doing, what works for us. Well, and keep in mind, everything we do in martial arts, somebody made it up at some point. Why not you? Why not come up with your own drills? Why not develop your own techniques, your own forms? Maybe you're not competing with them. Maybe you're not even sharing them. But being willing to develop your own stuff makes you think. It helps you better understand not only the martial arts that you've done, but who you are in your relationship to it. Develop a series of techniques and then try using it in sparring. See if it works. If it doesn't work, maybe it's not worth having, or maybe that's not where it applies. Not every form is directly related to self-defense. Sometimes they're related to conditioning and strength, or simply just practicing the movements in them. Doesn't matter what rank you are, what age you are, how long you've been training. Coming up with your own stuff on your own is fun and challenging. And it's a great way to practice on your own. Sometimes just figuring out what doesn't work is a great way to better understand what does. So you can go ahead, check out those gloves on soon on Amazon. The box will go out today, but they're at whistlekick.com now. If you haven't, go back and check out yesterday's martial arts radio episode. You can find it here on YouTube with Chief Instructor David Kahn. Great interview with a great Krav Maga guy. Some wonderful lineage, great stories. And what else? Stay warm. I have to snow blow the driveway today. I don't want to. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day.